How many feelings can you steal? Gotta be part of your appeal. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, and I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI. We'll do a little Definity update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everybody say hello to Dashy. Hello, Dashy. We still need to get a better place for Dashy so that you can see Dashy maybe over there. Maybe right next to the bathroom. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. We do have a bit to go over today. Let's go to, I guess we could do Definity first. And then once we get done with Definity, we'll go on to the OMI. Let's see what we have here. I know I have a couple things screenshot. What do FTX, Ronin Network, Cryptopia, Mt. Gox, and pretty much all the crypto exchange hacks have in common? They all involved a concentration of asset custody and trade execution. Now, what does that mean? They were sexes, meaning that in order to trade, you had to hand over custody of your crypto to them and essentially trust them to keep your crypto safe. Now, obviously, the first one of this was Mt. Gox. So if institutions won't use DEXs and they can't touch crypto sexes because they have no credit ratings, how can they access the crypto market? Simple answer is that they can't, or they haven't been able to. And this has been one of the main things slowing down institutional adoption, but now they can. Definity has solved this issue and created a world-first platform that separates trade execution from custody of assets. Trade execution is done by Definity, but they don't take custody of the assets. They partner with one of the biggest investment banks in Europe with a AA- credit rating in their balance sheet of almost $1.5 trillion. Most funds and banks already have a direct link to this bank, so it's easy for them to start trading crypto. This makes Definity the world's first and currently only crypto execution venue operating through an investment grade credit rating, which again, they just got that Jersey license. Partner bank will custody fiat. Crypto assets custody will be either self-custody, like Fireblocks or whoever, or crypto custodian, such as a Fidelity Digital Assets. Brief highlights of the company. Again, they've been trading since 2017 as an FX trader under a different brand called DMA Link. The core team has over 10 decades of financial experience between all of them. They have $1 trillion completed in FX trades and daily FX volume of over $1 billion. Now moving in crypto because the margins are way better. Again, they just got this Jersey license. There's 40 live institutional clients, including 16 banks. Partners include Commerce Bank, which is one of the largest banks in Germany, Nomura Bank, which is the largest investment bank in Japan, Credit Agricole CIB, which is the third largest bank in Europe, and Danske Bank, which is the largest bank in Denmark. Now, how does this play into current narratives and what's dominating the market? I believe one of the biggest current narratives is institutional money being the big driver for this bull market. ETF approval kicked off the bull, et cetera, and ETFs have been performing incredibly well right out the gate. Now, there's another narrative on top of this. It's called AI. As Definity has a secondary product that is a crypto market, AI-powered anomaly detector that predicts volatility events in major crypto assets before they occur. This is being used successfully as a trading and risk management tool by a number of funds already. This was developed in partnership with Axion AI, which the CEO of Definity, Manu Chowdhury, is also CEO of Axion AI. So again, we have a bunch of stuff to go over today, but let me just give a few token details. Definity is live with the electronic trading of crypto since February of 2024 and currently boarding clients and ramping up volume. Major utilities, there's going to be buybacks and burns with company revenue when funds hold Definity for discounted trading fees. Buybacks and burns should start within the next couple of months. Funds buying and holding Definity, again, should start at some point in the next several months as well. Currently trading on Uniswap, PancakeSwap, MEXC, and other SEX listings are being actively pursued and should start towards the end of this year, maybe early next year. We'll keep you all posted with that. But again, me and my network have well into the six figures of it. Absolutely love this. It is my second biggest holding, obviously OMI being my first. And we'll go over OMI, but right now let's just take a look at what the Definity is doing. I don't think there's a ton of volume here today. It's up about 1% on the day to 5.2 cents, only 27,000 in volume. And again, right now it's less than a $9 million market cap fully diluted, less than an $8 million market cap in general. But again, there's 153 million tokens in circulating supply. The total supply is 171 or about 170. I think that's a little off. But yeah, this again, really excited about this. Now, let's go over what OMI's been doing. Okay, OMI buying. We'll work backwards here. I've managed to buy over 100 million OMI for a friend in the last 48, 50-ish hours. And it is hard. I have to check every single hour, multiple times per hour. And it's whenever it gets below like 4.2, if I would love it if it got below 4.1 or even 4.0. I think when I woke up this morning, it was like 3.9. I was like, boom, $5,000 worth right there. But unfortunately, it is up right now to about 0.0042. Most of these, let's see if I can squeeze this down a little bit here. Yeah, most of these, the green candles, the last 48 hours have been me. There's not a ton of other people buying. Every now and then when I want to buy, somebody else comes in. So this is what I mean by whale wars. It's not just me working for a buddy of mine. It is multiple other people trying to buy as much as they can without pumping the price. I checked before. $8,000 would have pumped at 10%. Probably even a bit more than that, because obviously green candles beget green candles. If somebody wants to come in with 100 grand, they'll double the price. Like they will double the price if they're not smart about it. Obviously, if you and again, I'm hoping for it to go down so I can get more. But again, you run that risk of waking up tomorrow and then suddenly it's up 50%. It's like, oh man, now I have all this money and now I have to pay a lot more in order to get the amount of OMI that I want. Obviously, the opposite could happen. You could wake up, yeah, 0.0030. I'd be loading up at that point. I'd put it back to 3.5 or even 3.9 myself. I just don't see a ton of people selling down here, and the people that do, like the last couple of people, they're $300, $8, and $75. There's just not like the other people that are okay. $29, $12, $168, and then $634. Okay, cool. You know, by all means, I hope people sell as much as I can. But over the course of the last couple days, there's maybe been 10 sells that have been worth $1,000 or more. There's not a lot of those. So it's really hard to go buy into these sell orders. Now, obviously, I'm only buying on base. There's a different liquidity pool on Ethereum. Then you have different ways on MEXC and BitGet and all of these other different exchanges. But again, these exchanges have very low volume. The volume over the last 24 hours, we'll take a look here. Over on the CoinGecko, because they're a little more accurate. It says it's up 1% to 0.0042. It's 283,000 in volume. Add a zero to that. If we're at 2.8 million, it's gonna pump. But it would be easier for me to buy $50,000 worth of OMI if we had a couple million in volume. But it's just the liquidity right now is so low. The only thing that's going to change that, well, I'll say this: the only thing that's going to change the liquidity is going in and getting more exchanges. Now, you don't need exchanges to pump. I mean, there's so many things on like Solana. There's so many things that are literally just on one thing, that are just on Uniswap, and it pumps to crazy numbers. Like, so example, yesterday, the McDonald's Twitter, the McDonald's X account was hacked, and they pumped a Grimace coin. That Grimace coin was only on Uniswap, and it pumped to like $35 million. And then these a bunch of exit liquidity. Many people were out like several hundred. I think the total people were out like $700,000 all combined after everyone dumped it. But again, you only need one thing. Obviously, we have a few, but again, to get that liquidity that I want, we need to be on a bigger exchange. We need to be on Coinbase is obviously the biggest one. I don't know when we get that though. I mean, again, Coinbase is in the middle of that lawsuit with the SEC. I don't expect that anytime soon. Could we get other exchanges? Sure, that'd be nice. I mean, we've gotten a couple this year. That's fine. But that's really the only thing that's going to affect the liquidity. But again, you don't need that for us to pump. When that narrative hits, we'll pump regardless of what we're on. It might be easier to pump when we're on all those exchanges, though. Anyway, so that's that. Let's get to some of the news here. I don't think I could play the sound, but for those of you that haven't seen the video, and it seems like a lot of people, look at that. That looks absolutely insane. The graphics look. I don't know what engine this is. but it looks really heckin' good. You got the Avenger Groots in a freaking park in the redwoods on a mountain. I don't know what they're doing, where they're at. This type of thing I think is really fun. It shows if this is what VeVeverse looks like, count me the heck in. I don't know if it is though. I don't know what they're using. Unreal Engine, whatever. But again, it looks really cool. Hopefully they're able to. No, I don't want Sirius XM. I mean, Sirius XM is great. He's a busy bee. Who is this? I'll get back to them later. We'll go over the rest of the news. Oh God, I'm dying. Rest of the news here. It's been a couple days. Should we go over the Pokemon stuff? Yeah, let's go over the Pokemon stuff. But first, we have a level 100 stream that's going to take place on Saturday. I don't know what time yet. I think 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we'll have like 5 level 100s here. That'll be really fun. Last week, digital asset investment products experienced minor inflows totaling 30 million as recent macroeconomic data implied the Fed were less likely to cut interest rates by 50 basis points. But then it turned out that they'd overestimated the amount of jobs they created by 818,000. So I think that they are going to cut interest rates by at least 50 basis points, if not more. Bitwise expands into Europe with acquisition of ETC Group, issuer of the largest physical Bitcoin ETP in Europe. SEC talks with ETF issues over concerns of Solana being a security, preceded by CBOE removing 19B or S. I think that's a bunch of BS. I do not think Solana is a security, but I mean, okay, SEC, you try to fight another lawsuit that you're going to lose. Okay, yeah, let Solana deal with that. OMI, Tom Bilyeu says, since clips are going viral of Robert Kennedy Jr.'s VP, Nicole Shanahan announcing on my show that they're considering dropping out and endorsing real Donald Trump. All right, so they are going to do that tomorrow in Arizona. I think they're actually going to do that on the stage with Donald Trump. That would be heckin' wild. Got this from, okay, all right, good questions. Can't go over that. Great space. There was space between Dr. Profit and O'Malley the other day. Talking if people could create a Stacker account without first having a VeVe account, and seeing if those would be able to not make a purchase, but see or view the OMI to NFT marketplace, and hopefully entice them to onboard and create a VeVe account and make their first ever purchase with OMI. And I believe that marketplace will be visible to everyone, even if you don't have an account. Also, Mt. Gox moved over $700 million worth of Bitcoin to an unknown wallet. See what they do with that. For that particular space between Dr. Profit and O'Malley, they had over 1,000 listeners. I hope that space helped to get a good feel on what type of trajectory they're on, and it seems to be good. Okay, let's go over Pokemon. Now, Pokemon had gone over and they had introduced a video called Pokemon Pocket Trading Card Game. Now, for any of you that knew the original Pokemon trading card game, some used the cards to collect, others use them to battle, others use, remember those commercials? There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. There's no wrong way to play with your Pokemon cards. And there's different ways to battle, but in general, people follow the same rules. It seems that we're getting something similar here. And again, they go in and they say you can get, I pre-registered, of course, you can get up to 2 free Pokemon packs a day. In general, Pokemon packs had 11 cards. I don't know if they've changed that. I know there's some specialty packs like, it's a Halloween special Pokemon pack. You get 4 cards or 6 cards, whatever. But in general, you get 11 cards. 3 of those, I think, are energies. I think 4 are common. 3 are uncommon. Well, the energies are all common. On top of that, you get a couple more common, you get uncommon, and then you get rare. There's only 1 rare, though, per pack. 1 out of 3 chance your rare will be a holographic card, but the 2 out of 3 chance is just going to be a rare with no holo. And why am I going over this? Because David Yu had shared it over on his story. And I know what you're saying, Chavez. Does that say 56 seconds? Yeah, 56 seconds after he posted that, immediately screenshot, posted on Twitter, or X, had to make sure that stuff was going down. Who are the? Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. I'll get back to the messages later. I can't prove this. Well, I guess I can. What do we know? Whenever David goes in and has a video, he has stuff behind him. Whenever he's on the stream, he has stuff behind him, and a good amount of that stuff we do wind up getting over on the VeVe platform. Now, is David purposely teasing what he already has, or does he happen to really enjoy the stuff that he has behind him, and that's why he displays them? They just happen to be there, and they happen to be the licenses that he goes after. Probably the latter. I don't think David would really kind of tease anything like that, but maybe he does. I mean, you can't prove that it's a tease. You can't prove that he has these licenses. But again, a lot of the stuff that he's had in the background has come to VeVe. Is it everything? No. Like, we still don't have Rick and Morty. We still don't have the, a couple of comics that he has back there. We still don't have, and he's had Pokemon in the background a couple times. To my knowledge, those negotiations have been going on for years. To my knowledge, I don't think we're any closer. Any of my Pokemon contacts, they don't know. Obviously, we're not hearing anything from David, but I think this could also be a way that David goes on and kind of teases Pokemon to us. And what I mean by that is David actually goes on and he gets requested to follow some of the people that they have firm agreements with. And they say, "Oh, follow us on X." And David's like, "No, you don't want me to follow you." Then people get all crazy. And it's true. As soon as David follows anyone new, like, because again, he's following Elon Musk, and we're like, do we have him? I think he just likes Elon Musk. I think he just likes Pokemon. But at the end of the day, I'll put this up as a coin flip. Again, he probably did this so that we would make a big stink about it, and maybe Pokemon sees it. I mean, he's that powerful. David can do that. Speaking of doing things, I'm going to ask y'all. Oh shoot, sorry. Need a bigger phone. If y'all can smash that like button, that's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Smash the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I guess I'll go over that rule. I will go over every single comment we see here, but it might take me another 30-ish minutes. If you don't have time for that, just leave me a quick super chat. It could be $2, and then I'll go in and I'll answer that right away, and then you can get on with your day. If Pokemon came on here, so we're talking about. I've talked to people recently about what can make us pump. When we announced that we got Marvel, we like doubled. We went from like 002 to 004. When we announced Disney, same thing. Went from like 003 to like 006. If we were to get Pokemon, I would say they could do it one of two ways. Obviously, Disney's bigger than Marvel. Disney owns Marvel. So what's bigger? I mean, Pokemon in general is bigger than Nintendo, but Nintendo owns a third of Pokemon. You have Pokemon Company owns a third, Game Freak owns a third, and Nintendo owns a third. So it is possible that you could get Nintendo and not get Pokemon. So if they were to get something like that, I would hope that they would say like, "Hey, Nintendo first." If they did get Pokemon, obviously it would be great, and then Nintendo would follow close behind, most likely. But I would prefer it if this is possible. I would prefer it if they announced Nintendo first, because one, that's not a guarantee that we have Pokemon, and that'll leave people speculating. Oh yeah, we might have Kirby, we might have Mario, we might have all these, but do we have Pokemon? Because again, at Marvel and Disney, they're two separate. I mean, I know Disney owns Marvel, but they are two separate. You could have one without the other. I mean, we haven't had more Simpsons stuff. I don't know why, but you can have certain companies like Disney owns National Geographic. Where's our National Geographic? I would love that. I would love all these things, but again, just because you have the parent company doesn't mean you have everything that it owns. So I would like to see Nintendo first, if that were possible. Do a Kirby drop, do DK, do Yoshi, do all these different things, and then Pokemon. I think if that were announced, Nintendo announced. So again, it's a lot easier to double and triple now than it was when we were 002. Again, $100,000 would make us double, and that is easy. That is easy to do, especially because there's no liquidity down here. You have very few people selling now, and that's when FUD's at all-time high. What would it look like if they announced Nintendo? There would be a lot less sellers. There'd be a ton more buyers. I would say doubling, probably tripling is very easy. And then same thing with Pokemon. You could double and triple again if those things were announced. Again, to my knowledge, though, this is a few years ago now, but Nintendo said like, oh, we're not really focused on NFTs, but that was like 2021. And now, we didn't get a new Sonic and Mario Olympic Games game because they want to focus on blockchain. So it's like, what could be done? A lot. So anyway, that's the tease. About that game, Pokemon cards played with by people in 89 countries are now closer to you than ever. Enjoy Pokemon cards anytime, anywhere on your mobile device. Open your packs every day to get cards. Collect cards every day. You can open 2 booster packs every day at no cost to collect Pokemon cards featuring heartwarming illustrations from the past, as well as all new exclusive cards to this game. So it seems like they would roll out everything all at once. Old heads like me would be able to go in and play the old school TCG. The newer people everyone has like 300 health now. It's ridiculous, but that's the evolution of the game, of gaming. It does look like there'd be something for everyone in this game. And oh my God, the AR, it looked like Mewtwo was in 3D. That was beautiful. I feel like Mickey talking to Rocky, like, why don't you do what you did before? That was beautiful. Like, oh God, it was so perfect. In other news, VeVe Digital Collectibles posts Robert Downey Jr. as Green Heart for Victor Von Doom, aka Dr. Doom, and Red Heart for Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. Don't forget to check out some amazing comics featuring both characters in new stories over at VeVe Comics. Coyotes, yep. Tether plans to launch a UAE Dirham pegged stablecoin. I thought that was interesting. News there. Looking past that, sorry. RFK Jr. to address, I went over that. I went over the Twitch stuff yesterday with the OMI is my homie channel. Flow. Okay, so Flow had a pretty good day yesterday. Morales Web 3. I don't know how many followers they had, but with their new Crescendo upgrade, Flow will be fully interoperable with the EVM ecosystem, empowering visionary devs to build the future. Barriers to building something great have never been lower. More updates coming soon, so that'll be fun for Flow. I got a bunch of Flow. Let's see. Oh, I didn't go over that. All right, for Definity, you had Chris Griffin, no, not the Family Guy character, saying it's great to help another institutional grade VASP come to Jersey. Well done, Definity Markets. Carrie Olson, which has 17,000 followers on LinkedIn. I don't know how the heck you do that. Goes on and says, Carrie Olson has advised Definity Markets, the first full-stack institutional digital asset electronic communication network for fiat and digital assets trading, on the upcoming launch of its Tier 1 bank-backed credit intermediation model, which will offer investment-grade clients the ability to net settle trades. Carrie Olson Jersey team advising was led by partner Chris Griffin, and also includes associate Chogo Fatso Dalmini. That is a great name. Chris commented, the launch of Definity Markets platform is a great result for Jersey and the perfect use case for the JFSC's now well-established VASP regime. To read the full press release, blah, 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 blah. Chris Griffin is kind of a beast there. VeVe Digital Collectibles says we're aware that some Android users are currently experiencing user issues with crafting the USPS views of our planet. I don't know if that ever got fixed. I'm sure it did. But they said I think you had to use the web app in order to go in and craft that. Also, I was talking to David. I'd be careful what I say. When DraftKings announced the closure of their NFT marketplace, I said, like, hey, maybe this could be an opportunity for VeVe. And we weren't in public. Not like he had to like go in and act a certain way. This is just the way he is. He says, Chavez, anytime that one of these platforms close, my heart goes out to him. It's like, now I feel like an a-hole. Because I'm thinking like with for money and mine, like we get, I'm thinking like a shark, and David is just such a good, wholesome person. Just like my heart goes out to him. It's like, you're right. But the reason I bring that up is because a few days ago it was reported that the Cryptoys marketplace had done 20 sales in 2 days, generating about $200 in volume, about $20 in fees. Mutable X closing their marketplace is bad for Hero, Cryptoys, Pinnacle. Like this is not good for other platforms, which in general is not good for the hobby, because you want to have different places to go. You want to have variety. Again, that's just good for the hobby. Not everyone would be into VeVe right away. They will eventually because it's the best, but all roads lead to VeVe, and some of those roads are closing. And that's not good. We should want these companies to go in, but it's hard. People wanting VeVe to spend money on marketing, people wanting VeVe to spend money on X, Y, and Z. David's been very frugal with the cash, and this is why. Because people that spend all willy-nilly and are loose with other people's money after they raise it, guess what? Get hecked. And they're not doing so hot. So on the other end of this, the shark version of this, yes, a lot of these things can be a really good opportunity for you. People call me crazy, and they still do. I believe that we can get DC Comics on VeVe. I don't care that they're on another, like Candy Digital. I don't care how much money are these guys making? Not a lot. Eventually, again, people are going to do what they're going to do, and you can expect them to do that. Corporations are going to do what's good for corporations because they're just made up of people that are imperfect, and a lot of people are just into the bottom line. What might be good for one person or might be good for the company might not be good for X, Y, and Z, but they know it's blatantly obvious to everybody that's in this space that if you want to go into digital collectibles, you partner with VeVe because that's where the money is. And we are not in bull market yet. I'm certain that David has his pick of the litter on who wants to come on VeVe, and I guarantee you there's like a 5-year waiting list. And maybe if I was VeVe, and again, I'm good to the people that I love and love me, but in business, I'm a shark and would not be considered a nice person. Oh, you don't want to wait 5 years to get your stuff on VeVe? What are you going to do? What are you going to do for us? That's what I would do. I'd be like, all right, pay this fee and we'll bump you up a couple years. Pay this fee and we'll get you out there right away. I remember a beach party in Miami in 2010 or 2012. When did Hips Don't Lie come out? Hold on, I gotta Google this. I'm pretty sure it was 2010. Yes, because Hips Don't Lie was released in 05, and I remember in 2010 there was. It had to have been. Was it? Yeah, it was Hips Don't Lie. Anyway, there was this DJ that said, "Hey, give me like $1. I'll play your song at some point. Give me," and I don't know if he actually did that. Give me $20. I'll play your song, next. Give me $100. I will stop whatever song I am playing, and I will play your song. I heard whatever song was playing stop at least 20 times that night. That's how I make. Want to make money? That's how you do it. David's probably a little too nice to do something like that. Maybe Dan's not. Maybe I don't know whose idea this would be or who could execute that. But that's something that I would do. Be like, all right, you want your stuff out first? Pay me. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's go to some nicer ideas here. I said this before. I'll say this again. Take care of who you receive your information from. Some dude named Richard, I assume you all know the post by now, saying many fans of VeVe and OMI are wondering why the token is not going up. It says it doesn't go up for this reason. David Yu is full-time with complete token printing machine. Actually, that's not the full thing. Let me go in. Who sent this to me? All right, Josh, where you at? Yes, here it is. How easy it is to receive free tokens without having to buy them. For those who know about this, the null address is used to mint and burn new tokens. In this way, the OMI is very inflationary. If it were a country's currency, it would be the worst in the world. It would beat Venezuela. While you buy a shoot. It says while you buy, David can go in and sell. So Foster Hill had a beautiful response to this, saying, this has nothing to do with creating new tokens and increasing the circulating supply. Tokens that are bridged from ERC layer 1 to base layer 2 are put through a smart contract that locks up the layer 1 token and mints the equivalent amount on base. Once you bridge back to the layer 1, the layer 2 base tokens are burnt and the original layer 1 tokens are returned to the circulating supply, thus creating no new tokens have been made. This is how the vast majority of layer 2 chains function. And again, if you didn't know blockchain, if you were new here, you'd be like, oh, wow, this is what's happening if you listen to that Richard dude. But again, the Ecomi community manager comes in and corrects that travesty of misinformation that has been going on. So again, just take care of who you get your information from. Moving on. Oh, all right. I can't, I don't know if I can. I'll show this. Red's watering hole. This is a ticket that I had kept because it means something special to me. I'll start with this, and it's like it's nostalgic for me, and it means a lot to me for a reason. People tend to keep things that they have good memories with. This is why VeVe is so prominent. This is why, because again, a lot of other companies and platforms, they have IP, sure. I don't think many other places let you take pictures of it in AR. And I was on the Rising Star podcast, and the Rising Star podcast, Larry did a great interview. I think that's uploaded now on Spotify. And he had gone on and said, I think this was after the podcast as well. Like, I heard David saw the video I had with my little girl and, opening up the Blackpink stuff. I was like, yeah, I heard that too. And it says like, one day I'm going to show my daughter that on her 18th birthday, and she'll say like, Daddy, look at me. We were so excited. And it's the memories that creates. So I don't think he'll sell any of his Blackpink stuff because of the memories he has with his daughter. Every now and then I need gems. I need some money. I wouldn't sell I have like one secret rare comic. Let me, of course, VeVe has signed me out. I don't know why that keeps doing that, but it does. I've been talking for 34 minutes already. I promise I'll get to the questions. I have so much to say. Let's go to my comics here. I have one secret rare comic. It's Fantastic Four #4, first appearance of Namor. I'd probably sell this for 150, 200. Let's see what the market floor is. Oh, it's 249. Maybe I sell it for 220, or I could. But I'm not going to sell that because Sanjay gave that to me. Mr. MC1 gave it to me. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, that's something that you got recently, and that, Red's watering hole thing. How recent did you get that? And okay, fair point. I got that a month ago, less than 2 months ago. However, let me show you something that I had gotten 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was 13 years old. Oh my God, I'm old. 20 years ago, I was 13 years old, and I was volunteering at East Village Green Animal Hospital. And this guy, David Connie, I'll get him on the podcast at some point. My first manager, one of the first positive male influences that I'd had in my formative years. And he was teaching me how to look for parasites in stool samples. Going under the scope, look at it's all technical, and he's like, hey, he drew what coccidia looked like, what roundworms look like, what whipworms look like, what hookworms look like, and I kept that because when I was younger, when you're a kid, well, maybe not, I don't know. In my experience, adults didn't really trust you to do anything. But there I was in one of the first, and again, it's volunteering at the point, but teaching me how to do something that could potentially identify something wrong with a doggo or a catto. And I've kept that for 20 years. I didn't know, I forgot where it was, but it was in my car that I sold. So to a friend of mine, and it was in a box that I forgot was in there. And so people keep things for a long time. A lot of people that have stuff right now, whether it's Nessie, the Loch Ness monster from the Cryptkins, is that going to do gangbusters? Is that going to go? I mean, it could. It's really freaking low. Maybe it does 10x. I don't know. But maybe nobody buys it for that reason. Maybe people buy it because they're over in, I don't know, where Netherlands or wherever Nessie's supposed to be. And for fun, them and their dad or their mom, whatever, they had like camping nights and they would look for Nessie at night. And maybe they have that memory. Or Ice King, one of my other favorites. Outside of Rugrats, Adventure Time was the only other cartoon, at least back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, that ever addressed dementia. And I just thought that was cool. So there's a bunch of stuff that people can buy for non-monetary stuff. Like, do most people buy stuff here on VeVe because of the potential return? I'd say it's a healthy amount, probably a majority. But not everyone. Some people buy it because it's cool, and some people buy it for flexing. And 41. I united the 41s not just for the flex. It would have been like I was never going to sell this, so I got the other 41s because it was cool to have, and it's really freaking cool. Again, if someone wanted to offer me an obscene amount of money for it, I'd do it. Anyway, let's go on. Let's go on to other stuff. Tag me. No. There is no update yet on the 5.5 billion OMI that was supposed to be burned. Last I heard, it was still part of the plan, but I don't know when or not. That maybe once the OMI to NFT is fully rolled out, they burn that 5.5 billion from the business development wallet. As for the 1 million gems that they were supposed to donate to the OMI to gem liquidity pool, that's not a thing anymore because that would have posed a regulatory issue with allowing off-ramp into fiat without a license. So it just, that I don't expect that. Could that be replaced by other things? Maybe, but right now that 5.5 billion, we just have to keep reminding VeVe of that. Like, hey, when's this going to happen? I guess iOS was affected on that crafting problem too. What else? David teases Kaws. Okay, all right. I'll go over Kaws and then the influencer stuff. Yeah, I didn't get. All right. David posted over on his Instagram the other day just a Kaws thing. He's been teasing that I think for years. He's just a fan of Kaws. And then the other one was reaching out to influencers. I think that's the actual thumbnail of this video. Low cost cosplay. I'm pretty sure most people here, the 265 people that are here, you probably know who he is. You've probably seen the memes. Low Cost Cosplay has 153,000 followers over on X, probably much, much more followers over on, let's see, Facebook, 7 million followers over on Facebook. I don't know how many of those are bots or whatever. And he does low cost cosplays. Say my name, Heisenberg. You're goddamn right. Like he just does these low cost cosplays, and they're really heckin' good. Going over to the media. Let's see. Nope, not showing that one. Um, I don't know what anime this is from, but he takes like a banjo. He has like a fake wig on. He does really really fun stuff. There's a bunch. He did one with the Titanic once. Here he's taking like Monkey King and he's making himself Monkey King with a broom. Thought that was heckin' cool. Um, anyway, the reason why had I wanted to talk about this is because oh my god, VeVe, why are you so hard to find on X? They go over and they say, I guess like 12 posts ago, should we tell low cost cosplay about our alien digital collectibles and the power of AR? No cats required for a face hugger cosplay. So the alien thing he just did with his cat again. I just thought it was cool that VeVe had decided to go on and reach out to this particular cosplayer, just influencer in general. And I think that's how you go in and you grow it. Like VeVe ain't no slouch. They've had this. They have a good amount of. They have 220,000 followers, at least on X. It's not like they have like 2,000 followers and they're tagging someone. Like they have 100 times that. So it's a pretty decently big account, and I think some influencers will be receptive, especially when they figure out how crazy good our community is. Anyway, let's move to the comments. MVE says, "Let's freaking go, Randy. Let's get this bread." Connor saying, "What's up? Oh, we got a daddy soda. Oh, I miss drinking so much. I haven't had a drink in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days. And I want to so bad. But I'm trying to get healthy now. A couple of reasons. Omar Kasaje says, good evening. Oh, good evening, Omar. Energy, what's going on? Saying, hey, fam, how you doing? Boo says, Randy, a.k.a. Omi's Roaring Kitty. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Boo says, watch Dumb Money again today. I thought of Randy the whole... dude, I heckin' love that. I've seen that movie 3 times. So good. Boo says, Randy, where do you think Omi will be priced at 2028? Oh, God, I don't know. Next bear market, couple of cents. Figuring we go up to like 10 cents, we lose 80% of that. 2 cents, I'd say, before we really take off in 2029. Bill Gardner says, dang, I'm late to this party. Yeah, Bill Gardner, you weren't first. What gives, Bill Gardner? You weren't first. Chuck and Hank says, present. Salute. Kevin also says, good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Nice, my man. Florida. Mag Jen says, Randy. Jasper Frank says, hello. First, hello, Jas. Sorry it took me 40 minutes to get to you, but that is, I had to go over the news, and I wasn't even done with the news. I went for 40 minutes. I was like, okay, you guys have waited long enough. I'll do, I could do a small stream tomorrow, but I'm going to have some steak tomorrow. I'm going to have oh yeah, also, the cat up 17%. Huzzah, the cat. A nice little green candle we got. Yeah, I'm supposed to check this OMI thing like every 20 minutes. It's like SpongeBob, where it's like, oh, I haven't eaten one of these babies in almost 20 minutes. No, Omi, don't go up. Go down, please. I'm not ready. I need you to. I'm not done buying. Oh, who the heck did this? Who the heck be buying 2.5 million Omi? It's somebody that has. Let's take a look at their wallet and see what else they got. Oh, they have Brit. That's interesting. They have Sydney Sweeney Milk. Oh my God. They have 117 million OMI tokens. The fudge, guys. The fudge. Why y'all doing us like that? Yeah, so that was and again, look at this. They did not even put in $1,000 and they pumped it up like that's a nice bar. Like, man, come on, guys. I'm trying to buy here. I have a lot more to buy, and this, oh lordy. I mean, I got a good amount already for my friendo. Wes says, if nobody's selling OMI down here, then nobody is buying either because the price. Oh no, we're buying. Most of these green candles last 24 hours on base have been me. I am 100% buying. But no, the price has not gone down over the last couple days because every time it goes to like 4.0, 4.1, I immediately buy. And I can't buy like 10,000 at a time. I think the most I've been able to buy is like 5,000 at a time, $5,000 worth. But most times it's like $2,000. It is like pulling teeth trying to buy this much OMI. What happens when Stacker goes live? Well, oh no, God, no. Okay, well, I lost my cap. What happens when Stacker goes live? Like fully with OMI to NFT, you get some decent burns. Right now, we're burning like $10 or $20 a day in OMI. That is nothing. But when you add a couple zeros to that, that gets to something. But I don't know when. Maybe in a month or two from now. Sleeping says, "Hey Randy, hi Sleeping, hi Bay, love you Bay." Big guy says, "Can we get a T-ball update? Was Jenny right when she said it was better than Bitcoin? Did she say that? I don't know. They haven't been on in a while. Again, they're always welcome to come on, but they have not, to my knowledge, they have not. We do not have another date set up. I would love it if we could because I love those gals. Those gals are amazing. A bunch of intelligent, talented women. But no, we do not have anything on the books. So when they come back, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. And Blue says, "Hey, Captain Randy, meow meow, meow meow." What says Tether? Oh, I don't know what it's doing. I haven't really followed it. Let's take a look at the T-ball. T-ball on Solana is, oh, there's even less liquidity down here. There's only $2,500 in volume. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong T-ball. Hang on. Oh, that was T-balls. It should just be, all right, T-ball on Sol. Okay, here it is. There's actually no volume in the last 24 hours. $6.2 million market cap. So they still got a decent market cap. Ms. Planet Problem says Pokemon. Oh, I'm hoping one day, man. I'm hoping someday, yeah. Put it together and we'll get it all done someday. Sorry. There's another song that has the word someday, and I always like mess it up. I think it's Protest the Hero. Turn soonest to the sea. Maybe someday when this bloody skull has dried, no, our city is. Sorry, I like to sing every now and then. It's kind of probably laughing. But Solana is a great blockchain. Ruggles memes and do much else. Well, Solana's pretty fast. 80,000 transactions per second. Not as fast as DeVe. DeVe literally has 100x that. They could do 8 million transactions per second. When people find that out, DeVe's going to go to the freaking moon. Musa, do you think OMI will ever hit 30 cents one day? Yes, one day. When? I don't know. Probably several years from now, but yes. If yes, around what? 2029. I would say 2029. Yeah. Was 30? What's this crazy? I mean, it's possible to have that like next year in this next bull run, but most likely not. This one Rob says being free makes them strange. They also call them something else, not NFTs. Oh, the Pokemon cards? Oh yeah. I don't know what they'll call themselves. Meow meow. Homer says VeVe just sent a fun email just now about drop master picks to the email. So I did get an email. I don't think it was from that. Well, all right. I'll tell you this email that I got. It says, "Hi Randy. Hi research community members. We're running a monthly feedback session exclusive to this community. The purpose is to get updated feedback about what's working well or not and what you want to see more of. We invite you to join a 1-hour interactive remote session along with 9 other community members. Gift. As a thank you, you'll receive 5,000 MCP points and be entered into a draw to win a digital collectible. This will be held on Thursday. That's today, so I missed it. At 8 p.m. It's going on right now. I hecked that up. Express your interest to participate by replying to this email. Only 10 spots available. First come, first serve. I did not know that was real literally until like a couple hours ago. Yeah, 6:14 p.m. Well, I missed that. So rip. But I did not get another Drop Master Picks email. I don't know what that is. So comment down below, Omar, what that is, so we can all have fun. I can't believe I missed this one. Sorry. VeVe says that group video was using Unity pre-made environment called Forest Environment, Dynamic Nature, nothing to do with VeVeverse. Well, VeVeverse is engine agnostic, so they could make that in there. Don Ohio says, what up, Randy and VeVe? Yo, what up, Don? Yo, what up, good? Gangsta? Sorry, I love 50 Cent. Not sure says, Marvel is for me bigger than Pokemon, but I'm biased because I ignored Pokemon very much in my life. Again, to each their own. You know, take any 40-year-old comic head or older, they're not going to care about Pokemon. They love comics. And even like younger, you know, most kids will love Pokemon, but some kids will just veer over to superhero stuff. It's fun to like both, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. It's just, hey, Don, I'm going to listen while I take a quick shower, get ready for dinner. Ha, I'm in your shower. Hey, not sure. Mr. Bonner says Marvel is nowhere near bigger than Pokemon. Well, he says like to him it is. Like to him, it's bigger just because he likes it and it's just enthralled with it. His friends are probably in it. Jumped here for your link. Nice. Not sure says Mr. Bonner. Pokemon is more for kids, or am I wrong? It's yes and no. When it was made, the company that made it was called 4Kids Entertainment. That was Al Kahn's company. He brought it to the U.S. So yes, at that time it was for kids, and it does have some adult humor in there, there's something in games called like replayability. Star Fox 64 has a ton of replayability. You play it over and over again. Same with a lot of Pokemon games, but there's something called rewatchability as well, and rewatchability for Pokemon is just awesome. One, because of the nostalgia. Two, because there is it is funny. It is adult humor in there sometimes. But then it's just there's Disney adult, like Disney is made for kids, but it has stuff that adults can enjoy as well. Same thing with Pokemon. It gives you a lesson. It's funny. It just makes you want to be the very best, like no one ever was. That's part of the theme song. And nowadays, like I've seen some of the new season, and it's still good, but it's yeah, made for kids. And again, it has adult elements in it, and it's still good, but it's really more geared towards kids, which is fine. That's what they should be doing. But yeah, when Pokemon Go came out, most 20-year-olds, I was in my 20s at the time, were out playing. I saw a TikTok recently of this girl that says, when Pokemon Go came out, I was working in this jewelry store, and they had these things, they had raids, they had and she's just telling the story about how they would close up shop whenever there were raids because they wanted to catch the new Pokemon. And it's like, it's very similar to what a buddy of mine says. This is a couple of years ago now. He's a lawyer, and his like partner in the firm says the firm stops what they're doing at 11 o'clock to go for those VeVe drops. Do they do that anymore? No. I mean, he still goes for them, but he doesn't stop what he's doing for it. Pokemon's the highest grossing media franchise of all time, and it's not because it's only for kids. It's because it was made for kids, having adult aspects in it. But I don't have a Pokeball on me because it was only just made for kids. I have it because of what it represents, of what it makes you want to, like, no pun intended, makes you want to be the very best. Miss Bottom says wrong. Still here. I'm tired. My body hurts. Please, VeVe, come through. Thought about what? Sorry. Meow. Little Prince dropped already once. Yes, it did. This is a new collectible. I don't think, maybe the Fox's first appearance, maybe half. Kind of like when we had the Superman versus Flash statue, was first appearance Flash. Maybe this is like half first appearance because it's the Fox. What does the Fox say? Ding, 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 ding. Sorry. Pow. Chilling. Has VeVe now a status page if issues occur? You could always put in a ticket. So try that. Randy Kuda has not much items right now. Makes a difference. We bought already what we wanted. The market calms down. Yeah, that's kind of their issue. They want that secondary activity in the market. It's just not happening. There's no ownership. I mean, that's going to depend on how you view it. Can you self custody? No, but at the end of the day, most people that are going to come into VeVe, that's a non-issue for them. Most people wouldn't want that. They would want to keep it in VeVe. So I mean, that's again, some Web3 purists will care about that. Okay, they'll miss the boat, and that's on them. And then again, other companies that are in danger of them. I mean, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a closed ecosystem like VeVe that's super successful? Would you want their NFTs, or do you want the NFTs of a company that you can self custody in, but they just don't run a good business? And if the platform fails, then what are you going to do with those NFTs? Who is going to buy those? Does anybody have Hello Kitty NFTs from Recur? Anyone have the JPEGs that they had on Rugrats and Hey Arnold on Recur? What are those going for right now? What happened after Recur went down? Let me know. Doctor Strange says, "What up? What up, Doctor Strange?" I was guarantee you DC Comics is never coming to VeVe. Well, take a picture of that. A picture of that right now. That can happen. Don Hines says, "Chill with Randy. What of it?" Echo 712 says, "I would like to see Candy integrated with VeVe Comics website, or VeVe Comics is the store, but comics you purchase are still housed on Candy." That could be interesting. But again, it's easier to have the licensors back that truck up and go into VeVe as opposed to building a new integration system. The licensors would likely want to do the former, not the latter. Nice thing about Web3, you can implement everything. You can integrate DC comic trading when people have ownership over connectivity. Again, they're going to, if they were to do something like that, they would get the licensors to just hop over to VeVe. Like I don't know what would happen with the stuff that's already on there, but there's like nobody on there. Like it's not, like who's going to want that? Larry, it would be interesting in the future. Richard says, "Good morning, Randy." Oh, good morning. What's going on? How you doing? Meow, meow, meow. Just have fun, guys. Maybe Voter Space started and the voter influencers talking right now. Want to hear it? It's awesome. Orange Bag Lace says, "Kaws, bro." Oh, dude, Kaws looks so good, right? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Well, maybe one day we can get him on VeVe. Matt Block Radio is now following me. Hey yo, hey yo. This is what dreams are made of. Hey now, hey now. This is what dreams. Alcohol increases testosterone. Does it? Does it? Does it? Let's take a look at this. Increased testosterone. According to 2023 review, alcohol consumption can reduce testosterone production. This can occur when an individual drinks alcohol more heavily, especially if they do so chronically. However, occasional and light to moderate drinking may actually cause an increase in testosterone production. So what's your half right? At least according to that one test. Second version, in general, chronic excessive alcohol is known to decrease testosterone levels. However, moderate alcohol intake results in various effects, some of which can be increasing. And yeah, so all right, half right. Jasper Frank says, "Great content. I'll be back. Thanks, Randy. No problem, fam." Butterspace, people are crazy, bro. Omi is dead, so throwing it all into Chuck to a buck. Oh, Abe, you're so silly, bro. I love you, man. I mean, people can do what they want. I would never do that. Obviously, I know you're not doing that, but funny, good times. Lagar says, "Is Sleepin the Drop Master?" It says, "P.S. The Silver Surfer is their favorite comic book character." Ooh, maybe he is. Maybe he is. JKRB, thank you for being a member. Says VeVe. Pika. Oh, the P. Oh, so for whatever reason, that doesn't show up on like my photos, or it doesn't show up on like the. Hang on. it just says Pika. But when I go into, I thought I was already, okay, maybe I wasn't. When I go into here, it actually shows the Pikachu. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, if anyone could, smash that like button, that'd be great. Wes says, Hello Kitty NFTs are doing well. Send me a link to see what their floor is. Yeah, send me that screenshot. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming by today. Shout out to 300 people that are here. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I have other stuff to do. I love y'all. Everyone say goodbye, Dashi. I love you. Last dismissed.